What's up, guys? It's Matterz. We have another episode of What If within Call of Duty Black Ops 3 Zombies, where we attempt to uncover the possibilities that this game may have to offer. Now, there's going to be a lot of interesting stuff within this video, and we're going to go along the theme of characters again. And the main point of this video, as you see within the title, is the Origins characters dying. What if that would happen? Why that would happen? And what would be the actual effect caused? Everything like that. So we're going to go through that, and then we have a bunch of other what if statements, questions, whatever you want to call them. So again, if you want to leave your own questions for the what if series, whatever you guys even think of, what if this could happen, what if that could happen, what if you can do this within the game, let me know in the comment section below, and maybe next time you will be featured in the next video. And yeah, let's get started. If we can hit 100 likes, that'd be greatly appreciated. Last video, I'll put it up on screen, I think we're almost at 100. We're at like 96, and if I'm editing this and we were to hit 100, that's just insane. So thank you guys for the support on that video. So let's try to hit 100 likes, and let's get started. So the next two will be about characters and character interactions and all that cool stuff, but we're going to start off with something pretty cool here. I just want to put this in just to touch upon it, and Gavin Johnson says, what if there is a ray gun Mark III or Mark III ray gun within Black Ops 3 Zombies? Now, this has been talked about for such a long time. I'm probably going to make another video. I've made a couple other videos regarding this, but I'm going to make another one compiling a lot of what we've had, what we've seen so far regarding new evidence, new pictures, possible leaks, a lot of weird stuff regarding the ray gun Mark III. But right here, I'm just going to quickly touch upon why we would see it, when we would see it, and how much we actually want to see it. So the ray gun Mark II released back in DLC 3, the Uprising map pack, along with Buried. Now, again, you can probably say it's sort of safely, it's a good thing to assume that it would come out within DLC 3 as well, just because Treyarch likes to keep their things orderly and time scheduled. So since, ray gun Mark II came out DLC 3 of Black Ops 2, ray gun Mark III would come out DLC 3 of Black Ops 3, but they can always change it. You never know what they're gonna do. Another thing, which is actually really interesting, it may come in some sort of randomized pack, sort of like the gumballs, because if you don't know the theme of Black Ops 3, and basically the theme of all of these newer games is that the new weapons, they no longer really come within the map packs anymore. They come within the supply drops. Now, I'm not so sure how they would actually do this within the weapons. I would think you would go to Dr. Manji's factory, and instead of putting liquid divinium to get gumballs, sometimes there's a rare chance to actually get the new ray gun Mark III or a new weapon, whatever they add. I think that's probably exactly what they're going to do because of their new model. Basically, they want you to spend comp points to actually get these new weapons, the new updates. You've already seen it with the M1 Grand or the M4 Grand or the pistol and the new crossbow. That's what they're moving towards. Just quickly touch upon that, but we're gonna go through a lot of like cold hard evidence in a later video regarding the ray gun Mark III, just to quickly go over that there. But good what if. Now, next one here we have from Waysons for Life, and he says, what if the characters from Shadows of Evil met the main characters, obviously the Origins characters, basically within this Black Ops 3 zombie storyline, turning out to be the main characters. So this is really interesting because they sort of, to some extent, met them, but only met Richtofen, because at the Easter egg ending cutscene of Shadows of Evil, you saw Richtofen come in and steal the summoning key and then take it away from the actual characters. Now, the characters really weren't seen there, but obviously you as like a person, the perspective that you're in, you're the character, whatever character you were, you're that guy. You saw Richtofen and you saw what he did. So if the actual Shadows of Evil characters and the Origins characters confront each other, I almost 100% feel that the Shadows of Evil characters will not really take them well, and almost will fight against them because of what they did. They took their summoning key away from them. They saw what Richtofen did. Richtofen teleported in, took the summoning key, and left. That doesn't really sound like a really respectful thing or nice greeting or any sort like that. So the Shadows of Evil crew and Richtofen, sort of gonna have this clash here. Now, I'm not so sure if the Shadows of Evil crew are gonna feel the same way about the other characters. I don't think they really understand what Richtofen is doing anyway. The Shadows of Evil crew, they really don't know Richtofen's main goal, and if they did, they probably would be a lot more resentful towards him anyway, because of him stealing the souls and using it for for a crazy, grand, potentially evil purpose, and even if it's not evil, it's only for himself, it's not for everyone else. So I think Shadows of Evil crew, again, a lot of crazy stuff may happen. Maybe within DLC 4, we'll actually see them attempt to fight Richtofen and try to get the summoning key back and really end off this crazy madness. So that's my sort of opinion there. I think it makes a lot of sense. So yeah, tell me guys what you think about that. Now, the last one here is sort of the main thing of this video, and I just lost the image, but basically it's about all of the Origins characters actually dying within Black Ops 3 Zombies. Here's the guy, RVG2000. What if all the characters from the Giant and Horizon Direct die, obviously meaning the Origins characters. Now, this is really weird, because we've talked about it before, and I think everyone really knows now what's going on. Richtofen got the summoning key from Shadows of Evil, okay? He took it to the Giant, he took the Black Ops 1, or the Nazi Richtofen, whatever you want to call it, he took his soul, basically killed him, took the soul, put it, and preserved it within the summoning key, went to Drazendrach, took Dempsey's soul, and then presumably we're going to have Takeo and Nikolai for DLC 2 and DLC 3. But what's really cool, and a really interesting idea, is that what if him, and maybe the rest of the crew, the Origins crew, actually die out? What's going to happen? The legacy of those characters, are they going to live on? And I think yes, and I think it's a really interesting fact that people are sort of missing. The souls are being preserved within the actual summoning key. Now, although these characters are dying and they feel all sad, and even Dempsey himself within the Drazendrach Easter egg ending cutscene, he was like, oh man, this is so sad, I don't want to do this, or he sort of just felt down. You can tell he was really down about it, and he didn't really want to do it. After the fact, like Richtofen like patted him on the back and stuff, you can tell it was really like a sad moment. And I think for us too, we were just like, oh no, these Black Ops 1 characters are dying. But Richtofen specifically says within a lot of his quotes within the past couple of maps in Black Ops 3 Zombies, the souls are being preserved within the summoning key. They're not just, they're being preserved. So maybe the actual bodies, obviously the body is dead, the body will never come back to life, but through cloning, through some sort of measure, you can always have these characters back to life because their souls are preserved, kept basically safely, and kept in close watching, I guess, from Richtofen in the summoning key. And I think it's a really good fact, because if the souls were just taken away from them and they're sort of just disintegrated, and it wouldn't really make sense. Obviously they're completely dead and that's it, but Richtofen's preserving the souls, preserving their sort of life, sort of like Maxis. He's dead, but at the same time he really isn't. A good example of that obviously is within Origins. You had the Maxis brain, and you know Maxis was there, but he wasn't really in his body. It's the same situation with this. I think if the Origins characters die, their legacy would still live on through some sort of outer force, through the other characters, because I don't think that if the Origins characters die, their souls are going to be preserved, because who's going to preserve their souls? Richtofen, the Origins Richtofen, is the one preserving the souls. No one else is going to do that unless you have some sort of outer force. Maybe you have the Shadows of Evil crew coming back and actually taking the souls from the Origins characters because of what they did, stealing the summoning key, and it's like, you know what, Richtofen went all this way with the summoning key trying to get the souls, when in reality the Shadows of Evil crew came back, took the summoning key, and then took their souls just out of pure anger, just out of pure, you know what, I'm going to do this for my own purpose now. We're going to do our own goal. We're going to achieve our own goal, and you're not, because of what you did to us back in Shadows of Evil. Again, that's just a theory, but it's a really interesting topic and a really interesting thing to actually think about. Other than that, the Origins characters dying, it really all depends on what actually happens and how the whole soul thing and how the whole summoning key thing is handled. Because once the summoning key is basically out in the open, who's going to take it, what's going to happen with that, and what's going to happen with the rest of the storyline if those characters die, especially if the Origins Richtofen dies, a lot of crazy stuff is going to happen. Who knows, I guess who's actually going to take the summoning key and use it for good, evil, or something even like more powerful than what Richtofen even intended to do for the Black Ops 3 storyline. A lot of crazy stuff, so definitely tell me guys what you think about that. I can definitely go more in depth on different sort of ideas of the storyline itself and how that would really affect the storyline, but you know, this is just answering the questions here and really trying to give a decent thought of what would actually happen if this was the case, how it would affect the storyline, all of that crazy stuff. So tell me guys what you think about this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and again, I sort of need to stress this a bit more. If you want me to go more in depth and make like a single video on a certain topic, definitely let me know in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.